What is up, guys? Today we are here with the second part of the series, and hey, we made it to the second part. So, yeah, let's hope I can get it to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So, in this episode, in the last episode, let's just have a recap. We figured out all the interface of Unity, and we actually added some physics, and we made something like this. But when we are going to play our game, we don't want our camera to be rotating. So parenting our main camera is not the best thing we did in the last video. So we're going to fix that first. And for that we are going to need some code. So instead of letting the camera move according to the ball's coordinates, we're going to script it or code it to make it follow the ball and not its rotation, just its position. So for that, we have to take out our main camera. So we are going to unparent it, and as you can see now, the camera is not a child of the ball. And for this, I'm gonna make a new folder for all our scripts. So let's just create a C# script known as camera script. So we have a camera script here, and so we're gonna create a new folder and make scripts, and we're gonna put it inside of here. So yeah, we open it, and as you can see, oh shit. Okay. Just reload it all. Come on. Okay, cool. So let's just ignore this. Okay. Yeah. So now this may look scary, and it should. So I'm just gonna go briefly around what is this stuff. So I'm gonna explain it to you how this thing works. So we have a class, I guess. Okay. We have a class. No, I'm just gonna type this out. I'm not gonna. We have a class. We have variables, and we have methods. Okay, so how this works is a class is a group of methods and variables which you can customize and do stuff in it. So how we are going to work around in this tutorial, or like in every C# script ever, I guess, is in a class there are certain variables defined and there are certain methods. So the methods use the variables to do our stuff, and the class is just like a set of methods we can use. So we have created right here a camera script, which is a class. So everything related about coding with the camera, it is stored in this class. And we have two methods now. It is the void start and void update. This is known as a method. This is known as a method. So void start and void update. I recommend you to check out Bracky's tutorials for C#, which are actually pretty good. Or I'll just make my own C# series in future, but I guess there are many of the tutorials. I suggest you go check those out, because I'm not gonna explain it in too much detail. So we have our methods, start and update. So in the start and update, we are going, before the methods, we are going to declare some variables, some things which we are going to use. You will get a hang of it, and we are going to use these variables in our methods, and that's how all our class is going to work. Okay, so this is a masterpiece. Even Leonardo da Vinci used to appreciate my art in his because I was in his art class. So let's get started. So what I'm thinking of doing is we have to follow this ball, right? So how about we just update this camera's position to the ball and not its rotation. Easy as that. So I guess we don't need start. Okay, so what is void start? Void start, everything you write here, it takes place in the start of the game. That's easy. I mean, as soon as you launch the game or as soon as your scene loads up, if this script is enabled, the start void, not void, the method will do its stuff which is written in it. But now, in the starting of the game, we don't want anything to be done. So yeah, we don't need this. What we need is void update, which is an update method which updates every millisecond or something. So we need that because our ball is going to change its position, and every fraction of second we need our camera to change its position and just stay with the ball. So we don't want like our ball has went from here to here and then the camera goes like boop, boop, boop. No. So we want it constantly updating. So that's what we are going to use. So we need 3 things now. I guess yeah, we'll just use one. So we're going to make a public vector3. Okay, which is going to be offset. So this is going to be our offset, which will okay, that's not okay. Standard, it's okay. I guess the project is bummed out because I'm not. Okay, it's because alright. We have technical difficulties, but I can write the code anyhow. So we have an offset. Now this offset, I'll explain it to you later. Now we need to give the script the ball. I mean, come on, how is it going to recognize what is the ball and what it has to follow? So we're going to make a public game object ball. So we have 2 variables now, a vector3 offset and a public game object ball. So in the void update, what I want is transform dot position is equal to ball dot transform dot position plus the offset. Now, what is going on? What is transform and what is how we are going to figure this out? Okay, so transform dot position. This thing gets the transform of the game object which the script is attached to. So this script is going to be in our camera script, like to attach to the camera. So we are going to get the camera's transform dot position. Transform is basically, as in the last tutorial, this component. We're going to get that and we're going to get its position, and we're going to change it to ball dot transform dot position, ball transform position plus our offset. So why this offset? Can't we just do the ball dot transform dot position? Okay, all right. If you want, we'll just do that. Okay, so as you can see here, as I select my main camera, there is no camera script like transform, camera, flare, layer, audio layer. There is no camera script attached. So what you do is not panic, just go camera script and boom, we have a camera script attached to the main camera. So what we do is we drag our ball into this thing. So now we have assigned the ball. If we didn't assign it, it's just gonna throw an error and say that there is no value for this game object. So basically this thing is rubbish. Okay, so to not make it rubbish, we have this. So we don't need to change offset right now because we are not even using it, so it's not a big deal. So let's save it and let's see what happens. So as you can see, we don't want this. We don't want our camera to be in our ball. As you can see, the camera is inside the ball. That means that's what will happen. The camera will center itself to the position of the ball, but we need our camera to be behind the ball. Just like as you can see Mario, we have some distance with the Mario and then the game goes on. So we are going to try to replicate that camera system, which is pretty easy. So that is why we need an offset plus offset. Now as you can see, our ball and our main camera, it shares the X and Y coordinate, right? As you can just check it out, our X coordinate or Y coordinate of the main camera and the ball are same. What differs is the Z coordinate. So basically this axis, this thing, right, the Z axis, it's differing. We are around minus 7.19 distance away from the wall, which we find useful to us, like good to our eyes. So in the offset we are going to just put minus 7.19, the value which we got from up here. Don't mess around. You can mess around with this. I guess you can put 6, which will make your camera go in front and you cannot see the ball. You need to keep it negative and you need to have, you just can play around with this value of the Z value and just tweak it how you like it. So I'm gonna keep it minus 7.19. So now we are adding some offset to the ball or transformed position. So the result is pretty much obvious that, see, now we have a camera ball dot transformed position plus some offset to keep this camera behind the ball. So like if this is the ball dot transform dot position plus some offset, which is in our case minus 7.19. So the camera position is ball dot transform dot position minus 7.19 on the Z axis. The X axis and the Y axis are same, but the Z axis they will differ by minus 7.19. So that was all in this tutorial. I hope you liked it. I'm gonna keep it short, I'm gonna keep it simple. This is going to be much more better as we move along. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment and please subscribe. It's what I need. It's what I need. Thank you for watching. Bye.